Hey there, welcome to the first video in our new series, the Ready Set Crypto Podcast. While I'm generally running the videos you see on our channel, Doc is a veteran trader and analyst who has done a lot of the behind the scenes work. But as he's started to move from trading equities for the past 20 years into trading crypto, he's eager to share his knowledge, experience, and perspective with the crypto community. After all, I think many of us are first-time traders and investors, so Doc's podcast will give you a great balance of measured, battle-tested tactics and philosophy, where I'm more apt to give you a see what breaks approach. Our podcast will be available on many of the most popular streaming services, such as iTunes, if you prefer just the audio. And you know, our goal is always education first, and to that end, we've got a free webinar on Wednesday, June 20th about portfolio management. So I hope you can make it, or you can watch the replay. And it ties really nicely into the topic of this video, 10 steps of investor development. Hopefully you get a lot out of this. Hopefully it's fun, informational, and you have a new mindset 10 minutes from now. All right, take it away, Doc.
Welcome to the Ready Set Crypto Podcast. Do you expect us to talk? Aye, you'll be shaken and stirred. Now meet your hosts, Doc and Mav.
Views and opinions heard on the Ready Set Crypto Podcast are not necessarily the opinion of this company nor its management. Material on this program is for general information only and should not be taken as specific investment, tax, or legal advice. Hey everyone, this is Doc Severson. Welcome to the Ready Set Crypto Podcast. I've been involved with trading in one form or another for the last 22 years. And in that time, I've had quite a journey. I've made and lost fortunes, traded a lot of different products over huge bull markets and crushing bear markets. I've been on top of the moon one week and been lower than low not long after that. I have literally made every possible mistake that a trader can make and lived to tell the tale. The reason that I'm still here doing this is because I learned from each and every one of my thousands of mistakes, and I never allowed myself to quit. One of my very favorite things, therefore, is to help traders and investors avoid the landmines that I stepped on repeatedly in my early years. My hope is that by my sharing these tales of the tape with you, that somewhere down the line you will recall these words of advice and be able to put them into play for your own benefit. And then maybe you'll be the one passing the torch as I am here. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the 10 steps of investor development. Think of it as a very narrow corridor that every trader must pass all the way through. You will pass others on your way down the corridor to your destination of being a master trader, but you cannot skip any stages on your way to the end. You must pass through all of the stages. And quite frankly, I have never seen anyone skip a stage. As you hear the descriptions of the 10 stages, listen to identify the stages that you have already been through and try to figure out what stage you're at now. I'll have an exercise for you to do at the end of this episode, so don't skip anything. Okay, you ready? Here are the 10 steps of investor development. Stage 1 is the interest and excitement stage. Something gets on your radar, and the next thing you notice, you see this thing everywhere. You're searching for everything that you can about this thing, and you're seeing personal interest stories about how people are getting instantly rich. You're hooked, and you want in now. Everyone, at one point or another, goes through this get-rich-quick stage. And since you're a person of action, you dive in, and that leads to stage 2. Stage 2 is the chase. And like Tom Petty once said, the waiting is the hardest part. You sign up for a fiat broker, you scan all sorts of identification and submit it, where it's promptly rejected 5 times before they finally accept it. Then you transfer your money and wait, and wait, and wait. Meanwhile, the train has left the station without you. You're desperate to join in. The success stories continue to pile in around you, and the overriding feeling at this point is that you're missing the boat, and you need to get in now. Okay, you finally reached stage 3, and that means that you're in. You've bought in and you're on board. You're proud to say that you're now an investor and you're telling everyone around you. It took way too long, but you're finally on board with a live position. You just entered a coin that you had heard about because everyone else was talking about it. You think that it will do well because you have no reason to think that it will do otherwise. It's been doing great to this point, as all of the press has been good across the board. You comb all of the forums and subreddits looking for opinions that confirm yours because you want to hear people tell you that you did the right thing. And then stage 4 hits. What on earth is going on? The price just dropped 30% from where you bought it, and your position is underwater, literally one day after you bought in. This cannot be happening. You're furious, and you start posting nasty things on Twitter, blaming everyone that you can think of except for yourself. How could this be your fault? And it gets worse and worse as the price continues to drop. Well, stage 5 is where you quit. After a few weeks of this, you reach rock bottom. Enough is enough. You gotta save what you can before it goes to zero. You sell out at the very bottom. You're depressed as all of your dreams just went up in smoke. And it's embarrassing to report this in front of friends and family that you're an investing failure. And that gets you stewing for a while, where you enter the anger and disillusionment of stage 6. You tell anyone and everyone within earshot that Bitcoin or crypto or cryptocurrency markets are a scam, a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, or anything else that you can think of at the time. Yet you're mostly disappointed in yourself. How did you allow this to happen? Well, a few months go by, and eventually you reach stage 7. You're back, but you keep it to yourself. You tiptoe back into the market, more wary this time. You don't tell anyone, least of all your family. You look to trade not to lose instead of trading to win. You're ashamed of your earlier losses because you know you allowed it to happen to yourself. You start to become more scientific about the markets. You actually study and recognize that you've displayed some well-known patterns that the smart money took advantage of. And eventually you reach stage 8, the stage of analysis paralysis. Your earlier experiences were so painful that you can't get them out of your mind, so you vow never to let them happen again. You think the answer is more charts, more analysis, watching more YouTube videos, more coin programs, more gurus, more of everything. But you keep missing out on coins that launch because the trade doesn't feel good. Like a child that falls down when they ride their bike for the first time, they logically think that the answer is to go slower so it will hurt less when they fall the next time. And we all know that this means that they're more likely to fall as they're not going fast enough to get the momentum to stay upright. The answer is to actually accept the risk and get more momentum so that you stay upright. And that same solution applies to investing as well. And eventually, if you get this far, since many investors find themselves forever mired in stage 8, you reach stage 9, which is where your breakthrough happens as a retail investor. You realize that you are the opponent, not the market. It's your beliefs, it's your impatience, it's your wanting to trade with the crowd, intolerance of risk, acceptance of commonly available information, which is leading to your poor performance. It was all about you not having a professional approach to begin with. You get it together and start applying yourself with renewed vigor. You study how the professionals are making money and not getting in their own way. And if you continue to apply yourself by proceeding down this long corridor, one stage at a time, you'll reach stage 10, where the magic happens of self-actualization. The market comes to you now. You never chase after it. You do your own research. You study your reactions and fight the urge for safety. You never go along with others. You execute tight risk controls. You know why you're investing and what you're investing in, and you know what your exits are ahead of time. You're now investing like a professional, and the results speak for themselves. You're crushing it. You are actualizing your potential. And those are the 10 stages of investor development. I hope that you are able to identify some of your earlier stages that you've already passed through. And with any luck, you've identified the current stage where you're residing. So now it's time for me to ask you, what will you need to do in order to move to the next stage in your development? If you're at any stage lower than stage 9, you'll eventually fund other people's accounts indirectly. So it should be everyone's goal to get to stage 9 or 10 where the profitability lies. Understanding that you and your mindset and skills are the key to advancing through the stages is usually one of the key realizations that an investor eventually makes if they are to be successful in this business. Those blaming everyone or everything else will continue to stay in the mid stages and never develop to their potential. So if you're stuck and don't know how to get to the next stage, reach out to us at Ready Set Crypto. Chances are pretty good that we've already walked that section of corridor where you're currently at, and we know what it takes to get to the next stage. Thanks, everyone. See you in the next episode of the Ready Set Crypto podcast.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for sticking around. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and absolutely check out the other videos we've got on this channel. We've put a lot of work into doing cryptocurrency education the right way. And as such, we've set up a website with a free daily newsletter, a free ebook, and a free 2-hour intro course, all accessible at readysetcrypto.com. Check us out, and thanks so much for watching. Cheers.